Okay, so I'm gonna jump right into the next book. No, You Are a Badass, which I'm gonna be honest, reading to me, the label, the topic of the book, the title of the book, I mean, really didn't do the book enough justice. Okay, so You Are a Badass, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life. This book, now I have my notebook here because I don't want to miss anything, because you had so much good things in this book. And if you ever get a chance to read it, take the time and read it, because there's gonna be so many more examples that I'm not probably gonna think of that I read in the book that are really good. I took down some of the main ones, but this book is so good. Like, I honestly, it will definitely be one of those books that I'm gonna read every year. Another one of the books, just a side note, that I read every year is The Seat of the Soul, in which I haven't read it yet this year, but that book by Eckhart Tolle, I believe. If you haven't read that book and you are on a spiritual journey, let that be one of the books. And honestly, I want to advise it, and maybe you need to read it if you're seeing this video and you're watching all the way through. But it came to me at the right time, and I feel as though it's one of those books that will show up in your life when you're ready to receive the information. And ever since then, I've read that book every year, and that's been probably 5 or 6 years now. Every year I've read it, and when am in really tough times and I'm really feeling like I'm lost, I read it again. So The Seat of the Soul, I promise you, you will not be disappointed with the information that's in it, especially if you're going to a spiritual journey. And 9 times out of 10, if you're watching this video, you are on some type of spiritual journey or self-help or just trying to figure it out journey. Okay, so the first one, about pretty much like I was saying, it's still along those thoughts and still along what you think is how is what is being portrayed in your life. And I can't emphasize that enough. And wherever we are in our lives today, it's because of the thoughts that we thought years ago, yesterday, last month, last year. So be mindful of that. Be mindful who and what runs through your head rent free, because that our mind and our thoughts is the most, I believe, is the most powerful thing that we could ever possess. And if we don't possess it ourselves, it's so easy to allow everyone else and all the noise, and your sister and your brother and your mom and your dad, friends and Instagram and people millions of miles away to possess it. So your thoughts create your reality. Her first topic is that your thoughts shape your reality. Your beliefs are the foundation of your life. What you think and believe becomes your truth. So it's crucial to reprogram any limited beliefs that are holding you back. So to identify a limited belief, for example, think about an area of your life that you want that you don't have. Typically, that is a sign of a limited belief. For example, if you want to be married but you're not married, when you bring up that topic, and it's really good to write this down, because a lot of times you'll be able to come up with more things. But if you are not married and you want to be married, write down some of the reasons why you think, there's not many good men out there. I don't have the body that the person that I want would like. I don't have enough money. Like, I want this type of guy. This type of guy doesn't exist. There's only 1% of this type of guy. Whatever it may be. Or the guys in the past never liked me that way. Or the guys that typically talk to me are not the type of guy. Whatever that may be. Those are your limited beliefs. And to change those, all you have to do is challenge them. So, even if you're a literal person, I'm not that literal. To me, I can make a different decision in my head Like, there was this whole thing going that there's not a lot of good men out there. For me, I just changed that to, I don't care what's going on or what's happening in the world, there is my perfect guy for me. Maybe he may not be good now, but when I get ready to meet him, blah, 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 he's going to be the perfect guy. But if you need to have facts, I'm sure there are so many different ways that you can pretty much challenge that. You can look up stats, you can look up all different types of things. Because 9 times out of 10, the things that we've said and things that we've heard our sister, cousin, auntie say probably was wrong. Like this thing about women having to have kids while they're young, because when you get older, you can't have kids. That is not true. There's so many different instances where people have kids when they're older, and it's a better success rate. The child is better because you can have better health care. There's so many other different things that we have been told or we've heard someone say because of their own fears that we've taken on to make them a belief in our life. Like, it's hard to get rich, and it's hard to be successful, and it's hard to do this, and hard to lose 100 pounds. If you believe those things are hard, then they will be hard. A quote for the other day that I read in the book I've been reading, it said, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. So change the beliefs to just limited beliefs mean something that you can do. Honestly, for me, I believe we are all limitless. There's nothing in this world that we may want that we cannot have. The only thing that's holding us back is ourselves and the limited beliefs that we have, because you get what you truly believe deep down inside. And it just takes some time to change that. It takes a little bit of time to unravel all of the years of lying to ourselves, to replace them with a new narrative. So, like she says, if we reprogram our lives, that's the only thing that's holding us back, to reprogram ourselves. Stop listening to the people that you used to listen to. Notice how you feel when you're around certain people. Like, I have people that I've been around that, single women that'll make you feel like you're going to be single forever after you hang out with them, because they have lost so much hope. But I think the idea is that focus on yourself. Get to the ideal person that you should be. Be better. And then everything else will come. The love will come. Everything else will come. The success will come. Things will become easier. But it starts with changing our thoughts to shape the reality that we want, especially if you're not living in the reality that you want. Second point is to love yourself fiercely. And I love this so much. And I don't know if this is someone else's story, but for me, I feel as though I went through a lot of things when I was younger because it was a really big lesson for me to have self-love. And it's so, I feel like when I even say it out loud, it sounds crazy that we have to go through these things. But I went through a lot of uncomfortable relationships and friendships that weren't good for me or weren't good for me at the time, and different things that I had to challenge, like self-esteem issues and different things I had to challenge about myself to get to the ultimate. I love myself regardless, no matter whether you like me, whether you don't like me, whether you think I'm beautiful or not, I do. And when you get to that point, it's almost like you're unstoppable. So that is why I believe it's so important to love yourself fiercely. Like Nicki Minaj said, self-love is the greatest love on earth. It's the greatest love on earth. It's the backbone of confidence. It builds bold action and success. She says, you must embrace who you are with your flaws and all, and act like you're already the badass you've been dreaming of. And I love that so much, because when we believe in ourselves, the people who believe in themselves, whether it's women, men, like, you can see it. To me, I believe a lot of the Instagram influencers and a lot of the influencers themselves, like, they believe in themselves. Like, it's so funny to be someone who has extensive training in a particular area, like, to watch them go deep dive into things that is like, I don't really know if this person is a philosopher, a psychologist, or whatever it may be, or a dermatologist, or whatever it may be that they're selling, they believe it. They believe in themselves. So honestly, they influence other people to buy things and to do things. And it started with them having this unbelievable faith and unbelievable belief in themselves that they can do what they're doing. So do that in your life and watch how crazy things will start to happen. Watch how things will start to click. Watch how you'll get up with a pep in your step in the morning just because you decided to love yourself and believe in yourself. Okay, this third one that I believe is so important. And it's kind of similar to having goals, but it says get clear on what you want. I have gone in just being in the process of I don't know about anybody else, but I feel like my life has been a complete roller coaster. Like I have been in phases where I'm just like boom, 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 boom. I've got this, I did that, I did this, and it's like, and then I'm lost. Like, and then I'm like, okay, what's the next turn? Like, what do I do now? What do I want? Or going into this hiatus or this cocoon phase where it's like I'm not wanting anything. I'm just going through the daily motion of waking up, doing the same thing over again, eating the same things, talking to the same people, and then I snap out of it and I'm in go getter mode again. I don't know if that's everyone's story, but I know it's been mine. And when I'm not clear on what I want, I notice that things don't come. But when I get clear on something that I want, it's happening. There's no way that it's not going to happen. And I did have to learn that about myself, but that is for everybody. Like I know some people that try to say, oh well, only certain people have this. No, I truly believe every human has the ability to have these extreme success, extreme whatever it is, that perfect love, perfect life, perfect success, perfect body, whatever it is that you want. I believe that we have the ability to get it. But the thing is, I don't think everyone is clear on what they want, detailed, precise, so that it can come into your life. So get clear on what you want. Be unapologetic, specific about your desires. I mean, to the T. The more specific, the better. The universe or God responds to clarity, not confusion. The more detailed you are about your vision, the stronger your ability to manifest it. Now, I truly believe that. And not only does it help you get to, or help God kind of channel, you get on that frequency of what you want and have it channel into you. Not only does it do that, it also is like a filter, so that when other things that come through that is not what you want, you're able to not take it. For example, you want to get married, you want this perfect partner. Get into what you want this person to be. How do you want to feel around them? How do you know your body will respond to them? And that is a good way to know when you do meet other people. If they don't make you feel the way you know your person is going to make you feel, then you know not to waste time with them. That's something that I've recently learned. Okay, so the fourth one would be take bold, aligned action. She says to stop waiting for the perfect moment. Successful people act even when they're scared. Action creates momentum, confidence, and real transformation. For me, this is really big because I feel as though in certain areas, it's easy for me to do. It's easy for me to go to the gym and work out. It's easy for me to get focused and eat right. But other things, like creating this video, is something that may be a little more difficult. But I've learned to just lean in to the difficult, to the uncomfortable, to the things that may feel scary, because honestly, I feel as though the scary things, those are the things that you're meant to do. Those are the things that it's pulling for you to give because it's needed. So wherever that is in your life, if you've been wanting to write a book, you want to act, you want to do something that seems crazy and it feels scary, do it. Do it. I am your cheerleader. I say do it. Number 5 is surround yourself with high vibe energy. Now this one, even whether you notice it or not, I do feel as though there's a lot of people who just you don't notice it, or you notice it, you just don't know how to put the words to it. Being around people who are doing things, that's why I feel like college is so good. And not necessarily, I love, there's 2 different ways. I love college because of that specific reason. Everyone is there, they're working towards a goal. Like that, to me, that's one of the last times, I guess, unless you get into, have your own business or be around like high powered people that are very focused and you're in this group. Other than that, that's one of the really big times I feel like in your life. You're going to be around people who are go-getting. They are on the same path. Even though they're not doing it, everyone's not doing the exact same things. Everyone is pushing towards something. So that energy of being in college and being around college students, I guess it depends on which ones you be around. Whoever you're around, you're going to kind of go with that energy. But for me, my degree was pretty strenuous, so I was around people that were, 3 o'clock in the morning we were in the library, 5 o'clock in the morning we were in the library, sometimes we had a test the next day. So it was just, it's different, and that energy, if everyone is working towards the same goal, everyone is doing the same things, like everyone's going to be on that same type of energy and vibe. Same way that I think sometimes we don't realize that when you're in a negative or low level vibe, especially if you are typically vibrating high, you can feel it. Like I've gone to places like hanging out with friends. I go to this club and it's like, I don't like the way I feel when I'm walking up here. Like I feel nervous going in here. Like my body's not reacting, whether it's the music, whether it's the people, like whatever it is, like it's not my vibe. And I've been in situations like that where I realized that not only do I respond well and I feel so good when I'm in a high vibe. And a lot of times for me, that's around some of my really good friends, around my family. We pour into each other. We come with love with each other. So intentionally, without even us saying anything, even if we're just hanging out, like you can feel that high vibe. Even on the flip side is that you get around certain people that you may think that they may like you, or it's like, oh, I don't know, but you feel uncomfortable every time you go around them, or you feel nervous when they come around. Sometimes that is your body telling you that you're on different frequencies, it's not right. So just be mindful of that. And when you're trying to do something, when you're trying to be the best, stick to high vibe people. Stick to staying on a high vibe, because the environment matters. That's why you hear a lot of people say, when you want to become a millionaire, billionaire, have a millionaire as a mentor. Get a billionaire as a mentor, because there's certain things that are going to do, there's certain things that they don't think about, they don't worry about, that will allow you to feel it and experience it and really be able to tap into it later. Because sometimes when you're so used to your own space and your own friends and your own people and your own town or whatever it may be, you typically stay there. But go on vacation, go to a high-end restaurant, go and get with a group that is a little top of tier than you are, and you really notice, okay, this is different. Like you realize this is different. Now, certain people can lean into it and go up, and certain people can't. Like it's funny, me and my mom, we were going on a walk, and it's this new area about where I moved. There's just a lot of $1 million houses, and you see Uruses driving by and G-Wagons, and it's like, I was telling her, I was like, I came over here to walk, and she was like, oh, I don't really know about this area because it's just a different culture than us. And I was like, Mom, I know where I'm going. So I like to put myself in certain situations to make me feel uncomfortable. Now, maybe uncomfortable now, to be honest, I was fine with it. But because I know at the end of the day, this is on my stepping stone. This is going to be my norm. So put yourself in those vibes, whatever that may be. If you want to be a parent or mom, have some friends that are parents, have people that are married. Like, you don't realize how much those things change your energy and your vibe, and how much it can help you get to the next step you want to be in. She says, hang out with people. From the people you hang around to the thoughts that you think, everything influences your vibration. Keep it positive and stay aligned with your goals. Always have your goals written down. There's power into writing things down. If you haven't heard about, I don't know if it's Steve Harvey, but that was who I heard it from. He says, every year, at the top of the year, write 300 things down that you want to happen. And he said, read it every morning. I want to say he said, read it every morning and night. And this just allows you to stay locked into what you want. Stay locked into your goals. And honestly, for me, 300 things was a lot. And honestly, I think I'm still working on my list. But it keeps you thinking about it, and it keeps you focused on it. Because if not, what does the Bible say? An idle mind is the devil's workshop. Like, I truly believe that. And I don't necessarily think it's the devil. I just think when you're not focused on what you want, it's easy to focus on things that you don't want, which whatever you focus and think about, that's where your life is going to go. So if you continue to focus on the things that you don't want, then more of that is going to show up. And then you're going to get frustrated. You want to figure out what's going on. So have a list. Be focused on it. Write it down. Try the 300 things. If you can't get 300, get as many as you want. Come back. Keep that on your head. And then look at it every morning and night before you go to bed. Her sixth thing was to ditch excuses in the victim mindset. I love this one. She says, no more blaming your past, your circumstances, or others. Own your life. You are the only one responsible for your results. And this kind of helps you stay in the present too. Ditching your excuses in the victim mindset, because when you don't look back and talk about your mom and your parents and how they didn't raise you right, or whatever it may be, whatever story that we tell ourselves, we all have our own story. But when we let go of those things, one, I feel like we feel lighter, and we're able to really focus on the present. We're able to really stay in the present. We're able to really look at our goals and focus on them and keep a really good dialogue going on in our head. So ditch the things of the past. Don't make excuses. Don't have a victim mindset. If something doesn't work out, I always feel as though every no is a yes into the right direction. So if it doesn't work out for this, then okay, that means I make a left, and then once I get down to the stop sign, 9 times out of 10 that's going to be my answer. Or if not, if that doesn't work, I'll make a right at the stop sign. And every no is an option or a direction into the yes that is going to be my success. Number 7, I love this one. Money is energy, not evil. Change your mindset about wealth. Desiring money isn't greedy. It's powerful, and you can do good when used with intention. Align your energy with abundance. Now, this was something that has recently happened to me, and it's just different. And I realized it's actually so funny how this worked, because I went from a state of abundance, and then I went from a state to lack, and then I was able to tap back into the state of abundance again, and it really made me open my eyes to energies. I think that was one of the first things that really allowed me to realize that, wow, it's true. Whether you feel lack or abundance, that's what you'll have. That's what you'll show up, no matter how much money you have. If you got $5 in your bank account and you feel like that's not enough, it'll never be enough. Or if you have $5 in your bank account and you don't worry, you say, hey, when I need something, I'll have it. That's an abundance mindset. So always have an abundance mindset with whatever that is, because ultimately you can always get what you need. Always. And if you have that mindset of abundance, then you won't have to worry about having lack. But that's something that's really, really particular, I believe, with thinking about money. Another new thing that I recently learned about money is that to think about money as a tool, not just obtaining it to buy the things that you want to buy, or yeah, I guess technically it could be for that too. But think about money as a tool. Find something that you want, a project or something that you want to do, to be able to use the money for, and it'll show up. So usually money is an energy, a frequency as well, right? So when we think about it in that way and we come up with things that we want to do, something that we want to give back, or something that even is just generational wealth for your family, get an idea, get something going, and the money will show up, because it's a tool to be used for things to be better, not just to sit in your bank account just so you can say that you have $1 million, but having $1 million and then having $1 million that you invest in something for the $1 million to grow is two different things. The last point for You Are a Badass is faith plus action equals miracles. What an amazing way to end this book, right? That is so true, and it's so, I don't know, that's amazing. Trust in the unseen. Sincero encourages you to believe that before you see it, and to take action even when the how isn't clear. Miracles happen when faith meets hustle. So faith is one of those things that I believe is just something that's so magical that I know none of us really, I don't think anyone really understands it, but it's just like when you think about when you want to lose weight, when you want to change your body, you want to sculpt your body, there is no evidence that you are going to become this person that you want to be. But we do it anyways. We work out anyways. We eat well anyways. We watch our calories anyways. And then magically, time later, our body shapes and molds to what we want it to be. It's the same thing as with anything else you have or want in life. Believe that it can happen. Work on your beliefs. Your thoughts are what creates your beliefs. Believe that it can happen. Move forward with what you can do and watch the magic unfold. Like, I love, faith is one of those things that I feel like I think we're going to always have to work with, because it's so easy to slip back into, actually, change that. It is easy to have faith, right? From the 4 agreements, be impeccable with your word. But always have faith. This is when I know sometimes it may be easy to slip back into not believing that the things that we want will actually come true. It seems too big or bigger than you, but Neville Goddard, which is, I don't know if you've heard of him. He's a guy that I really, really like. I've learned so much from him. But he talks about any of the desires and things that we really want deep down inside, those are supposed to happen. Now, whether you do them or not, that is on you. Whether you use your time that we have on this earth to experience the things that you want to experience, it has nothing to do with the desire that you may want. So whatever that may be, opening that bakery, becoming an actor, becoming an actress, be having $1 million build or business, or a $1 billion business, whatever that is deep down inside that you want, you're meant to have it. So in conclusion, she wants you to believe it, act on it, and to never settle. Like, I love that so much. Just having that undertone of your life can change and can really ultimately give you the life that you've been looking for and desiring. Okay, so that is the end of You Are a Badass. I hope you enjoyed that. Honestly, I hope you go and read the book. I gave you all of the main things that you needed, but if you really want to be fed and really want to take this on into your life to change it, check out the book or the audiobook.